In today's news, Samuel and Alphonso charged in connection with this weekend's cocaine drug bust at the Elmore Stout High School on track for September opening, says Premier. Anegada hybrid renewable energy project impacted by inflation but remains on track. And Governor concerned about restrictive language in Register of Interest amendments. Well, viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome viewers to the Monday, August 15th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Well, we start today's newscast with an update from this weekend's drug bust, where viewers Pedro Samuel Sr., 58, and of Diamond Estate, and Reno Alphonso, 27, of Fort Hill, have been named as the two males charged in this weekend's drug seizure off Cooper Island. But this was confirmed by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force in a media release moments ago, which said both Samuel and Alphonso, and I quote, were both charged with possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply and failing to comply with a lawful order given by an officer, end quote. The police said the two men will appear at the next available sitting of the Magistrates Court. The Marine Branch of the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force also detailed what led to the discovery of the drugs, which it said amounted to more than 400 kilograms of cocaine. But they said, and I quote, while on routine sea patrol, officers of the Marine Branch gave instructions to the captain of a suspicious vessel seen heading in the direction of Cooper Island to stop. But the captain, however, attempted to evade the police. A second attempt to stop the vessel was successful. An initial search of the vessel uncovered a small quantity of what was suspected to be cocaine in the bow of the boat. A subsequent and more detailed search of the boat uncovered over 400 kilograms of the illegal substance, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force added. While speaking on the incident, the supervisor for the Marine Branch, Acting Chief Inspector Dean Robin, highlighted his officers' passionate and consistent drive in keeping the territory safe from illegal activities. Well, he said, and I quote, well, these officers embrace the battle at sea with a passion and regularly stop and search suspicious vessels. We are confident that with the eyes of our Marine Branch and help from other law enforcement agencies, both locally and within the USVI, persons hoping to use these waters for drug trafficking will have a very difficult time, end quote. Well, moving on, viewers, where Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Whitley has confirmed that the Elmore Stout High School is still on track to be completed in time for the commencement of the upcoming school year on September 5th. Well, the Premier's comments come following indications from the Minister for Education, who told the House of Assembly in late July that the works on the school compound were about 70% completed. When noting the importance of having the school ready to welcome back students in September, Premier Whitley applauded the management of the Recovery and Development Agency for their success in keeping the project on track in face of narrow deadlines.
I think Elmore Stout High School is just a shining example of the type of management that they've brought to the table, because no one thought that a project of that size would be able to be done in the space of time that it's been done. And it's a testament to the management of the IRDA and their skill and their processes that they have in place.
Well, on the occasion, Dr. Whitley also spoke to the current situation facing the Althea Scatliff Primary School.
We're going to have to make that decision pretty quickly because, of course, we will move swiftly to get the school rebuilt with loan funds. We'll have to get loan funds to get it rebuilt. That's going to be a process that we'll move swiftly on. So I'll anticipate in the next couple of months, not only will that decision be made, but we're going to have to advance the process of getting designs and going through our procurement process.
Well, Premier Wheatley said the territory had a duty to honor the memory of all the dedicated educators who would have graced its classrooms over the years by restoring the school to its former glory. When noting requests for the process to be completed with the same efficiency as seen with the Elmore Sloat High School, the Premier assured that the Altius Catliff Primary School is a priority for the government and will be treated with such in due urgency. Well, viewers, up next, the Anegada hybrid renewable energy project impacted by inflation but remains on track, and Governor concerned about restrictive language in Register of Interest amendments. But these and more stories when 284 News return.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Hello?
Wait, you had a lunch and you say you were sick? What happened to our wedding rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll
See you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, the Anegada Hybrid Renewable Energy and Battery Energy Storage System project has been heavily impacted by inflation, which has resulted in the cost of the project increasing by an undisclosed sum. Well, this was confirmed by Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, at a recent media conference. While he did not disclose the exact details surrounding the inflation experienced by the project, the contract awarded to Power 52 back in July 2020 was valued at some $4,687,944.72. But despite the challenge faced by the project, Premier Wheatley assured the public that it remains on track for its originally announced December 2022 completion date.
I don't have a proper update except to say that it's still going to happen. I know that they were impacted by inflation. They were heavily impacted by inflation, and the cost of the project would have gone up. But in terms, there seems to be some issues that they were trying to resolve. For them to move forward, I would have to check with the RDA and with Power 52 to see if those issues have been resolved so that they can move forward. But it's still on track. It's still going to happen. There have been delays, and I'll perhaps ask the Minister for the Environment, which is Honorable Turnbull, to give an update on that project.
Well, Power 52 was announced as the winner of the contract in July 2020. However, the contract was only signed some 16 months after in November 2021 due to delays caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The chairwoman of the BVI Electricity Corporation, Mrs. Rosemary Flats, at the time of the signing ceremony, announced that the project will have significant savings on diesel fuel use in Anegada, with the plant only having to consume 5% of the usual diesel consumed annually once the project is completed and running.
Installed at 1.252 megawatts of solar PV panels and 4,078 kilowatt hours of battery energy storage, which is projected to reduce diesel produced energy on the island of Anegada by an impressive 95%. This diesel offset is very important to BVIEC. As I have already stated in July 2020, that BVIEC subsidizes the cost of electricity for the residents of Anegada. Anegada is not connected to the main electrical grid, which supplies 11 islands in the BVI. And because of this, the revenue derived from Anegada cannot cover the cost of maintaining its operations, as the cost of fuel to produce electricity on Anegada is significantly higher than the fuel used to produce electricity on the main grid. I want to publicly reiterate that BVIEC has at no point wavered its commitment to deliver this renewable energy project.
Well, the update, which was provided by Premier Wheatley only because of questions asked by the media, was the first since the signing of the contract in November 2021. Or prior to that, there have been no updates from the BVI Electricity Corporation or the government of the Virgin Islands on the project. Moving on, viewers, though the Register of Interest Act was passed with amendments during the most recent sitting of the House of Assembly, there are doubts that the bill will become law in its current state following recent concerns expressed by Governor John Rankin. In a recent press conference, the governor said that having skimmed through the document that he had received only earlier that day, he was concerned that the language used in the amended Register of Interest Act was restrictive and contrary to the government's move to greater transparency. Take a listen.
The House of Assembly has passed the bill, but with some amendments. I only received the text of those amendments this morning, and we need to study them and their impact in detail. But I am concerned that the effect of the amendments is to significantly restrict public access to the register. And if so, that would run counter to the new culture of transparency and accountability towards which we are working following the Commission of Inquiry.
The governor, who stressed that such a law must be done correctly to ensure that elected officials are accountable to the people they are meant to serve, said that his concerns lie with the restrictions placed on what persons are allowed to do with the information available in the register.
My concern is this. There are different types of public register. In the United Kingdom, for example, if anybody, any journalist or any member of the public, wishes to see the register, find out what the interests registered are for Rishi Sunak or Liz Truss or indeed Prime Minister Johnson, they can find them available and they can copy them and they can be published. And my initial understanding of the amendments which were made in the House of Assembly is it would be much more restricted.
In response to questions surrounding any possible delays in him receiving the amended document, Governor Rankin explained that the period of time taken from the House of Assembly to his desk was not of concern because of the processes which must take place in between.
What happened here was that the bill was introduced in the House of Assembly I, of course, saw that bill because it was discussed in Cabinet. But the amendments made in the House of Assembly obviously was not something that I sat and listened to or heard. And so these new wordings have just come to me this morning. This is fairly standard. The amendments take some time to be put together by the House of Assembly clerks and then by the Attorney General's office. So there's not been any unnecessary delay in this area.
The governor said that upon carefully assessing the document that he has been delivered, he will make a decision on whether any further steps will be required to ensure greater transparency. In any case, he said, these matters will be discussed with the Premier and the government. Well, up next, viewers, Pirates and Synergy on the verge of completing clean sweeps in the softball championships, and former USVI Governor Charles W. Turnbull laid to rest. We get to these stories after a word from our sponsors.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI love.
Welcome back, viewers. We turn to some sports, where both Pirates and Synergy completed a weekend of victories and are on the verge of fulfilling a clean sweep against their opponents in the 2022 Terrence Chino Chinnery National Fast Pitch Softball League Championships. The Pirates were the first of the two teams to have one hand on the championship after defeating the defending champions Power Outage in the second games played on Sunday to lead the best-of-5 series 2-0. Were playing at the E. Warwin Bruley Ballpark. Pirates only allowed Power Outage one run thanks to star pitcher Honorable Neville Cheap Smith, who proved difficult for the batters, and splendid work in the field by the other players. But that game ended 13-1. Let's take a look at some of those highlights.
Is in left. That's poked out there. That's a good punch there by Reimer. Reimer still showcasing the wheels. He's in there with a stand-up lead-off double. Reimer, one of the unsung heroes of Pirates, still showing he got wheels and a bat. That's shortstop Fields. Choice in the dot. Choice in the dot. John credit the error to the shortstop. John tried to save it with a scoop. Couldn't get a beat on it. That's a shot up the middle there by John. That probably could start it. John pushing it. John, he's in there with a stand-up double, the first baseman. Trying to get something started. Oh no, that throw is sailed. That throw is sailed. Hi. He's a dead man. He is safe. Safe. I ain't going there. You go see. That's a throw was sailed. Tap. Reimer, that Shamari, what a gem! What a gem by the All-Star. Finally get. He dive and that one going up the middle and wise enough to hurry and scuffle by the bag. Say, bend up. Third baseman sits on it. Fires! The game is over. Pirates take a 2-0 lead in the series. Looking for revenge and retribution and come with vengeance. The final score was 14-1. A measly 1 run.
But meanwhile, in the first game, the Pirates made a statement with a 12-0 shutout against Power Outage in the 5th inning. Well, Tessius Fred of Pirates hit a line drive grand slam over the center field fence early in the game. But other notable moments for Pirates in Game 1 included Honorable Kai Reimer's incredible night on the plate and Honorable Smith's performance on the mound as he struck out a host of Power Outage players. Meanwhile, in the women's division, defending champions Synergy continued their winning ways against That's Your Problem as they fought from 3-0 down at one stage to tie the game 4-4 in the 3rd inning. However, it was at the top of the 4th inning which saw Synergy sailing away as they created a lead, which extended to 12-4 following back-to-back hits, which resulted in 8 runs being scored. Well, that game ended in the bottom of the 5th inning, 15-7. Let's take a look at those highlights.
Defending champs Power Outage. And then we saw a high fly ball. It's playable. Panda up against the wall. Making the grab. Final put out. What a nasty, spectacular defensive catch there by the catcher. Jeffers looks in. Right by the shortstop underneath our glove, and that's an RBI single. So Makeda delivers a punch. Synergy is on the board. 3-1. Yeah, this the female game gonna have more action than top of the 3rd inning. Synergy trailing. That's a shortstop fields. The recovery is not in time. Them throwing the ball, but nobody's going. Oh, good. But I think sweeter than sweet. That's, oh no, it's fumble. Whether that being the case or not, Pirates came into this season losing 1 game to the Storms who they mean even face. It was a quiet storm in the postseason. Yeah, but that's the game. Seemingly we were in the 5th inning. So in the 5th inning, if you're up by 7 runs, which Synergy were up by 7 runs, that ends the game. So Synergy take a 2-0 stranglehold over That's Your Problem on the series. So here what? Friday, it could be all over with in the men's division and the female division.
Well, viewers, in Game 1, Synergy defeated That's Your Problem 14-7. In the first 3 innings, Synergy faced stiff competition from their opponent, but following that inning, Synergy began finding the meat of the bat, winning by 7 runs in the 5th inning. But the game saw outstanding defensive plays by Synergy's shortstop Daria Malone and great pitching by Tia Cook. Where the championship series continues on Friday, August 19th at 7 p.m. with Pirates and Synergy aiming to sweep the championships 3-0. Well, live coverage will be provided on the 284 channel on CCT Live. Well, moving on to our final story, viewers, where former USVI Governor Charles W. Turnbull was on Saturday, August 13th laid to rest. Well, a grand state funeral was held at Christ Church Methodist Church in St. Thomas, USVI. Mr. Turnbull, a British Virgin Islands belonger, died on Sunday, July 3rd, 2022 in Washington, D.C. at the age of 87. He served as governor in 1998 as a Democrat and went on to serve 2 4-year terms. Well, the 6th governor of the USVI was born February 5, 1935 in Charlotte Amalie to John Wesley Turnbull and Ruth Ann Eliza Skeleton Turnbull, who were both immigrants from the British Virgin Islands. Well, he was one of the few governors of the USVI who was a belonger of the British Virgin Islands. Well, Dr. Turnbull frequented the VI, including as the executor of lands at the Parky the Bay. He was also the keynote speaker at the renaming of the Little A racetrack to the Ellis Thomas Downs in 2009. Well, among the many persons attending the state funeral was Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, who led a delegation which included Deputy Premier and Minister for Communication and Works, Honorable Kai Reimer, Minister for Natural Resources and Labor, Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, and Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Office, Carolyn Stout Igwe. Well, among those giving tributes in person was Premier Wheatley.
I'm here with the Deputy Premier of the Virgin Islands, Honorable Kai Reimer, Minister for Natural Resources and Labor, Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Carolyn Stout Igwe. And we count it as a privilege to come and pay tribute to this great man. On behalf of my family and the government and people of the British Virgin Islands, I extend heartfelt condolences to family, friends, and the people of the United States Virgin Islands on the sad occasion of the passing of former Governor Turnbull. When you mourn in the USVI, we mourn in the BVI. When you hurt, we hurt. When you cry, we cry. Because we are one people, and our bonds of friendship transcend the waters between us. This year marks 50 years since the first Friendship Day was held, celebrating the special relationship between the United States Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands. No one epitomized that friendship more than former Governor Turnbull. He coined the phrase, the Greater Virgin Islands. He, along with our own former Premier Smith, signed a memorandum of understanding to establish.
While viewers, delegate to Congress Stacey Plaskett spoke to his love for education and history. Also speaking during his funeral was USVI Governor Albert Bryan Jr., who spoke to Turnbull's sense of humor. The former USVI governor was buried at the Smith Bay Eastern Cemetery, followed by a repast at Fort Christian. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Alright, do you enjoy the rest of the day? Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must have cut fun people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?